to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm Carrie with Sims and Dragons, and today we have a much longer video than normal. That's only because the build took so long to do. It is a massive build at the end of this video. So first, of course, we are doing our Create a Sim. We are starting with Eric simply because he is the first one in line. So pretty much a backstory for this family is, the way I kind of see it, is that Eric is very money hungry. He loves wealth. When he was younger, his parents, his birth parents, actually died in a car accident. But he was too young. He's too young to remember them. So Vivian, who is actually his aunt, has always been his mother, and he's always watched her do 2-3 jobs at a time, sometimes just to put food on the table. So he is determined that his family will never live that way, ever. So, and he was in high school, he met Alice. Now, he fell for her charm, but at the same time, whenever he was invited over, he realized this girl has got money, or at least her dad has money. So does he love her? I think he does, but at the same time, again, he's very driven by wealth. So unfortunately, that will take effect into like how he interacts with other people. So he is a snob, I think. He doesn't have that trait, but he is a snob. I feel like I should take off the glutton and put on the snob trait now that I'm looking at it. Sorry, again, just like yesterday, I am still suffering with some allergies. I took some nasal spray. Hopefully it will help, but put my phone on silent while I'm looking at it. But hopefully it'll help, but if not, that's why there might be some pauses. You're gonna hear some sniffling, things like that. My voice might vary based on that, so again, apologies. Anywho's it. Once again, when I did this family, Wicked Whims was still installed, so hopefully I've taken out everything and I'm not going to have to stop mid voiceover in order to adjust the video. But we will see as the time comes. Anyway, so yeah, so that's Eric and Vivian's backstory up to a point. Dennis and Alice's story is like, he was married, and he tried to stay married for Alice's sake, but eventually it came down to it. He just was not going to be able to do so, and whenever he brought it up to Alice, she was like, Dad, I get it. You and Mom just don't mesh. So she basically gave the green light to be like, get divorced. Just because they were not getting along. They were constantly arguing. They were trying not to do it, or Dennis was trying not to do it in front of Alice, who was a child at the time, but in the end, it was not working. It didn't work well. Alice heard everything. When it came down to it, though, when the divorce was going through, Lydia, Alice's mom, was trying to get sole custody, and Dennis, he grew up in, no, he didn't grow up in wealth. He earned his wealth. He's very much new money compared to, the Goths' old money. But he earned every penny that he has earned. So he's very wary of people simply wanting to join his family because of the money he has. He is wary of that. He didn't think about it with Lydia because they were not well off when he married Lydia. But as the money grew, her greed for it grew. So she wanted sole custody of Alice simply to get the child support that she would have gotten with it. Ooh, sorry, my foot's falling asleep. It's actually really uncomfortable right now. Sorry, having to adjust mid rant. Anyway, so she wanted the child support she would have received from having sole custody, but in the end, she didn't have a job. She was going to basically be living off the child support, and the judge saw that and granted custody to Alice. Alice, in her teenage years, decided she didn't really want to interact with her mom, So you never see that. She never really saw her mom ever again. Lydia is, I have no idea if I'm ever going to put like Lydia out in the world. But as of right now, she's not in the world. I did not create her, just like I didn't create Michael. We don't even know if Lydia would even be alive right now. Let's go with that. Yeah, so eventually, Alice and Eric got married, had a family of their own. So a very happy ending story. Although Eric was having trouble holding on to a job in the business career because that's where he thought all the money was. But so he's been having some issues holding on to a job. Excuse me. So Alice, against Eric's wishes, Alice went to Dennis, her dad, and was like, we're having some really hard financial struggles. Can we get a loan that we will pay you back? And he asked her, like, well, what's the problem? It's like, well, we're behind on rent. We're about to be kicked out of the house. Our bills aren't getting paid. We're just really having a tough time. And of course, at this time, they had a toddler, Olivia, a toddler, Olivia, with them. And he's like, you know what? Just move in. And he's like, well, we also have Vivian living with us. So their mother-in-law was also living with us. They had several people. They had 4 people living in a house where they were barely able to make it by with just the 2 of them, or the 3 of them. And he said, well, we have Vivian living with us. And he's like, you know what? I have an extra guest room. Bring her in. We can all just live together and it will work. We'll just live together. It will, it might be some little tough times, everyone getting to know each other, but it'll work out. So that is where we actually pick up in The Sims 4, in my mind, is where Olivia has just aged up in their previous house, and now Alice, Vivian, Eric, and Olivia have all moved in with Dennis. So whenever you see the house build, a majority of that house is all Dennis, because he was the sole owner of that house. That was his house. He built it back when Alice was a teenager, back after Lydia had moved out. So a majority of the house build that you're going to see here in a few minutes is going to be Dennis. And a lot of the decor, all of it is based on Dennis's preferences. Some of the rooms are a little different. Like, he gave green light to both Alice and Olivia for them to kind of change up their rooms to get it how they wanted it. Vivian did not get that green light. Okay, so some of these outfits here, I'm not gonna lie, I was just kind of going through to see what they look like. Anyway, so Vivian didn't really get the green light, but let's face it, Vivian's not gonna really be lasting forever. She and Dennis were both gonna lose them fairly early into the second round, because normally they only live about 9 days. So each round is a week, that's 7 days, so they're only gonna live roughly 2 days into the second round before Grimmy's gonna come and take them, unless something happens and they depart earlier. And once Dennis moves out, or not moves out, but once Dennis is deceased, then Alice and Eric and all the house will arrange itself if they have the money in order to kind of get everything how they want it. I'm really actually mildly terrified to see the bills for this house, because there's no money coming into the house right now. So it's gonna be interesting. But so one of the things I am going to one of the things I am going to do is I'm actually going to put Eric in the medical career, and I'm going to play it off as he's figured out that the medical career is where all the money is. So that's what he's going to do. Mostly I am doing that because he was actually in the Get to Work trailer as one of the medical, on the medical side. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to take him and put him into the, put him into the medical career. But again, and play it off as like, he's figured out that that's where the money is, so that's what he's wanting to do. One moment. Sorry about that, guys. The nasal spray, I need to go add the rest of that first dose to this nasal spray, which I will do after this video. Unfortunately, like I said, it is a longer video, specifically because of the amount of time it took to do the house build. Like, the house build took me about 4 hours to do. Create a Sim only took me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Excuse me. And there was this, oh my gosh, there was so much to do for this house build, trying to get all the preferences for everybody in there to make it look nice. Kind of different playing around. I was also watching some build challenges from Vixella that she did some years ago. So I think it kind of inspired me to really get into the build itself. But yeah, so I mean, like, I'm quite proud of the different stuff that I'm doing. So what you're seeing here is I am taking the preferences of her parents and applying it to her. I'm also doing For Rent because because she's of Asian descent, I put her either from Tomarang or, oh gosh, I can't remember, Mount Komorebi. And I rolled and she got Tomarang just like Liberty. So I'm trying to also put in the For Rent aspects because I don't want them to lose that heritage. And who knows, maybe they'll visit more than Liberty would because they have more money. Luckily, they actually do. I do end up with the build. They do end up with a lot more money than when they start off with because let's face it, 20K with this many Sims and that big of a house is just no. They can't live off that. Not for a good while. So luckily, they are quite well off for a while. I'm debating putting Dennis through college or just cheating him a degree. Because, he's going to go into the medical career. So in my mind, you have to have a degree for that. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I actually took out a bunch of mods when it came to, like, at this point, like, with the house build, 2 months later, I actually did went through my mods and actually took some out because I was having some issues. Like, right now, during this part of the house build, it's, like, severely laggy, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. So eventually I ended up taking out a whole bunch of mods. And then I thought I wouldn't be able to play it for a while because it was so laggy. It actually turns out it was just because I had my my editing software up. And I think it might have also been some of the mods because I keep getting pop-ups saying that some of them are out or they've been updated, so they need to be updated in my game. But the thing is like I'm using an older version of the game. I'm not using the most recent version. I've actually turned off the updates for my game at this point because I don't want it to go past where it is or where it is right now. When Businesses and Hobbies come out, once I eventually get that one, of course I will be updating my game for everything it's supposed to have. But as of right now, it is just it's essentially like almost as if like Life and Death had just came out because I refuse to join up to the internet and sorry, my brain's shutting down a little bit. I refuse to join up to the internet and update the game. There's nothing against any of the updates that have come out. I'm not doing on this computer, I'm not doing the what's it called? The event. I'm doing the event on my laptop, so I like that one's updated, but this one's not. Just because I really don't want to mess with all the hunt down which mods work and yada yada yada. So I think watching some of the builds from Vixella actually inspired me to do quite a bit in this house. Quite a bit more than what I normally would have done, which I'm actually very happy for, because I want to do more. I want to actually like fill up the walls and have the clutter and make the houses look lived in, because they are very lived in. They're not just my brain is slowly shutting down. I blame allergies. They're not just fresh builds. They are lived in homes. Now, some of these rooms are not going to be so lived in. Like Vivian's room. I feel like Vivian's room is not so lived in. But that's because they literally like just moved in. They've just hung everything on the walls and such like that. So Vivian's, you're gonna notice that Vivian's room is gonna have the same wallpaper, the same flooring as the rest of the house, but like the decor and stuff in there are all gonna be very much Vivian. I also change up the lights to where the lights match, because I could technically use these lights and be perfectly content. But I wanted to do, again, something different with the lights as well as everything else. So it's, again, it's a work in, it's not the best build in the world. I don't like, for example, I don't like the fact that you'll see that the stone goes up the entire house. I don't like that. I wanted to do something different, but nothing looked good with the styles that I was using. So unfortunately, I had to go with what I had. Sorry. I had to go with what I had, and just I'm out of water. It works. It's not awful. We're not gonna really be seeing too much of the outside because we're gonna be playing a lot inside the house, not outside the house. But it's not gonna be. It's not the prettiest house in the world. Hopefully I'll be able to make it better. Maybe it's just the stoneware. That I don't like. We'll see. We will see. Maybe that'll change whenever Alice and Eric take over in like Rome 2. So this is actually going to have, as you're seeing, it has two little areas that go outside, and then I have this outdoor patio type area. I did not put a fence around it. And I'm wondering, I was watching the edit, and I was wondering whether or not I should put a fence around it. But for now, it's not bad. Yeah, it's a cute little outside area. Put down a little hopscotch area for Olivia. I feel like maybe, whenever she came over to play, that's what she had. I also put down the swing set right there like that because that used to be Alice's swing set. So we're kind of coming through with the generational stuff because, again, Dennis has been living here for quite some time. He's updated the house over the years, but he's been living here for some time, with and without Alice. So I fell into the same annoyance that all builders have. There's no matching. Some of these love seats and couches just do not match. It is aggravating. Oh my god. It is so aggravating. This house was also just like the goth house. Oh god, hold on. I am so sorry for coughing in your ear. This house was also built based off of a mansion floor plan. Again, I wanted it to be a mansion floor plan because A, the number of Sims, and B, it's very new money compared to like the old money that's the goth and the land grabs. So he doesn't want to show off. He's not like Eric. Eric would definitely showboat this house a lot more. But when it comes down to it, that's just not Dennis's style. But of course, whenever he was able to, he picked the house on the hill to purchase. And so, yeah, he definitely made sure that he would be noticed. So that was actually supposed to be like a walk-in closet according to the floor plan. So I just adjusted for the Sims because Sims don't have walk-in closets. So yeah, as you're seeing with Vivian's room, it looks very much like the rest of the house. It's the interior decor that's all Vivian. Those are all her interior decor. I feel like I should put more on there, but at the same time, there's a lot in that room. And as you've seen, I don't have windows yet. I like doing windows kind of last because I want to see where I want the placement of things, but then at the same time, if you do windows last, then you do the, you run into the risk of now you don't have anywhere to put windows. So it's a bit of a give and take with the windows, I've learned with my builds. Ugh. Sorry. Ugh. I hate allergies. I hate feeling like crud. Unfortunately, 'tis life. Like, I think I said this in yesterday's video. Those northern winds came down and they roughed up my nose. I actually had to take a nasal spray to be able to breathe, because I was not able to breathe. I was not going to be able to do this video at all because I could not breathe. It was ridiculous. Anyway. So yeah, just adding on those finishing details to the bathroom. I'm really happy. One thing you'll notice is that with the bathroom, I do go specifically for like the bathroom clutter kit that we got. I know that there's more stuff outside of that, but I feel like that's the best way to get some good bathroom clutter items. Woo, sorry, Poe. Sorry, I just dropped something on my dog, or my boyfriend's dog, technically. So here I am, figuring out what to do with all the windows, because I didn't know what to do because of these stairs. Oh my lord, those stairs. And then I figured out, I like these windows. These windows, I don't know why I like these windows so much, but I really like the windows I ended up using for the whole house. Not the bathroom or like the staircase windows, but like the windows that you're seeing right now that I'm putting curtains on. I really like those windows. I don't know what it is, but I really like those windows. So I'm hoping that they will cover more than just French contemporary, or French century and contemporary. Sorry. Oh my gosh, styles. Oh my god, I can't. That was awful. No, I hate it. I hate this. I hate the fact that my allergies, I think it's just allergies. I really do. Because I never go outside. So I'm not, there was a thing in there. I never go outside, so I'm not like, it's not like it's a cold or anything. Because I don't go outside. Anyway. Who's it? So now I realized I didn't have any outdoor lights. So I'm putting in some outdoor lights. And then I realized, I don't have the windows on this part of the house. Even though that part of the house is done. So I'm adjusting, for some outdoor lights. I think these lights right here, the ones on the ground, I love how I'm using my mouse to point it, as if you can see it, are actually for a pool. And they don't give off much light. So I think in the end I actually get rid of them. I don't want them. And what I'm making an island right now, there was too much empty space in that kitchen. There was way too much empty space. So I am putting an island. Sorry. And then, just doing some decor stuff. Again, it's very much Dennis's house, so Dennis is going to have a majority of the say of what goes in it. Whew. Sorry, I'm gonna be right back. I need to go grab some water. Alrighty guys, sorry about that. With these allergies, it's awful. I hate it. As I've been saying for like the last 15 minutes. Or however long it's been. So, oof. No, with allergies, I'm sure all of you know how much allergies suck. But, it takes away your ability to breathe. Your throat is worse. It's awful. Anyway, so this is going to be our master suite. So this is Dennis's room. Again, I didn't really know what to do too much with it. I also found that I like a specific door. This is the door that I really like. I don't know why. So I changed up now I'm focusing on the stairs. But I changed up the wallpaper in Dennis's room. Oh, and that was cute. I really liked that wallpaper, but sidetrack. Changed up the wallpaper. Did I not put flooring in that room? Tell me I put flooring in those rooms. I don't think I did. No. You can't tell because this whole house is gray. I mean, it's almost like living in monochrome. Sorry. I had a moment where I couldn't breathe. I don't think I did the flooring. So this is me trying to play with the different sidings, I guess, and then just going with the stone. It could just be the stone that I don't like. I don't know. But Oh, there we go. So I am putting flooring in. Well, at least in there. Tell me I put flooring in the bathroom, too. Not carpet. Now I want to change those rugs on the tub. The joy of watching this over and being like, oh, that's awful. I need to fix it. I'm actually wondering how people don't just do that all the time, because I never hear that in speed builds like this. I never hear people going, oh, that's awful, I want to fix this now, and all this other stuff. And sorry. So yeah, this is also the chance for me to like really play with some of the. I didn't put flooring in the bathroom. No, I didn't put flooring in there. No. Once again, putting in laundry stuff because I like the laundry stuff pack. I realize I need to go back at least to the BFF household. I'm not sure if the other household, the Pancakes household, got laundry stuff, but I need to go back in. Actually, it did. So I need to go back into the BFF household and put laundry in there. At least I think I do. Even if they're just getting like a shack in the back with some laundry stuff on there. Either way, I think I just went to the kit, the laundry day kit, and not kit, pack. I sorted by laundry day pack and then just went through it and I was listening to Vixella say the same thing. It comes with everything you need. So yeah, now I'm adjusting lights and curtains and all that stuff for the bulk of the house, or at least for Dennis's area in the hallway. I'm wanting actually to do some build challenges. I'm a little scared to do them, but I really want to do them because they look like they're fun. Like every room's a different pack, or every room's a different blank. I want to do that, but again, I'm not so great at building, so I want to get in all the practice I can first. And I feel like I'm definitely going to get that with the, with all the building that I'm currently doing for all the houses in this save file. Because I'm going to be redoing all of them. It is going to be a very, very, very busy time before I even get to the actual gameplay. Oh, one moment. I'm so sorry, that probably sounded disgusting. But anyway, as I was saying, it's going to be a long while before we get to the actual gameplay. So I hope you guys are in it for the long haul. As you might have noticed, I'm actually doing separate playlists for each of the families. So like the BFF house, or each household. So the BFF household is getting their own thing. The Spencer Kim Lewis family is going to get their own. The Goth family, the Pancakes, etc., etc. Every family, every household is going to get their own save file. So even if, like, Liberty, say Summer and Travis get married and Liberty moves out, she will still be in the BFF playlist unless she marries into a pre-existing, already played, or family that I'm already playing. If she marries a townie, then she will, again, just be incorporated into the BFF household. She'll just be, done a little later on. Just because I don't want them, that's going to end up happening, because I've actually had that happen where Travis and Liberty get married and I move Summer out. Sorry. Brain fog. So I was trying to do a thing. According to the floor plan, this part here that's actually going to end up being the bathroom that I'm making right now is supposed to look down onto the floor beneath it. I realized as I was editing, it actually worked the way I wanted it to. I just didn't realize it when I was building. But in the end, so they ended up getting their own bathroom. So hey, it all works. I like the wallpaper that I use in this room. Not the bathroom, but the bedroom. I like the wallpaper, but it's a bit too much. I didn't think that Eric would really go for it. So eventually you will see it change. It's not Eric's favorite color, which is black. It is still like an orangey color that Alice chooses, but it is a much more subdued versus the tigers all over the place. And I feel like it's more in line with Eric and Alice actually, combining their likes for the decor and things like that. So it's subdued for Eric, but it's her color, if that makes sense. That I don't know if it makes sense. One of the things that actually my boyfriend and I talked about is like he's actually like letting me clutter up his. I feel like I'm saying he's letting me clutter up his walls. All he's doing is like we're just hanging stuff on the walls. Because in his mind it's the woman. It's like it's a woman's thing in order to like put stuff on the walls, like fill up the interior and such. So I'm like, all right, this is what you're signing up for. But it makes sense, okay, why am I pausing there? I think I might have walked away at that moment. Oh, I don't know. But, it works. It's, again, he's letting me clutter up his walls. That's how we're going to put it. It's nothing, I don't know. I feel like I'm making it sound like it's very, I don't know. We just have a certain way of living that we both are happy with, and it is what it is. So now for Olivia's room. I actually had a lot of fun with Olivia's room. As you saw, I turned off move objects so I could make sure everything fit properly. I like I said, I had a lot of fun with Olivia's room. I feel like this is a child's dream room. I also made sure, don't worry, I do put an activity table in there because she is a creative child. But the only thing that I had to narrow everything down by was the color pink. So, because she doesn't have a favorite decor yet. So I'm like, all right, I get to really play with this. So I'll add a favorite decor maybe as a teenager. Ooh, itch in my arm, sorry. I'll maybe add a favorite decor as whenever she ages up to a teenager, but for now, I really enjoyed this. I really wanted to use that lighting, the curtain one hanging over the bed. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with a bunk bed. Or at least not a top bunk bed. Maybe if there was a bottom bunk, or if it was only bottom bunk, but it's not. So this last room is a office/skill room. You're going to actually see me put a piano downstairs because one of them likes piano playing. Again, this is based off of not only the wiki, but as well as like how I feel like they might have grown up. I think it was Dennis liking the piano. I can't remember. I've of course put an easel in there for Alice because she likes painting. That's actually the only activity that she really likes is painting right now, which will come in handy because, like I said, at the moment no one has jobs. I have to figure out how to give Dennis a pension. I have to figure that out. The one thing I don't like about the skill room is that I think it's like the darkest. I feel like it's the darkest room in the house, and I don't like it. But I don't think that they're going to be staying in there for too long into the night. As it gets dark, hopefully they will change and adjust themselves. And please tell me I move those curtains up. Oh, thank God, I moved the windows down. Sorry, my brain just like, squirrel. Alright, so this is the first house that we've seen me do landscaping on. Again, I was watching a lot of build challenges that Vixella was doing. And one of the first things she does like the entire exterior before even touching the interior. But I wanted to do it afterwards. But one thing that I did learn that I don't like is the fact that the plants, whenever you place the plants, you can only do like one at a time. It's not like they're just going to stick there with you and you can just kind of like place them all down evenly, or not sequentially, but it looks like evenly, and it's going to be the same plant every time. You have to go back and click on it every time, and I absolutely despise it. I hate it. But it is what it is, and it actually took me a while to figure out why are none of these plants looking how they are in the picture. And it's because I had to go to live mode. It's because it is spring. It is early spring, which means we're still technically in like getting out of winter. So we're still gonna have those really cold days. So that's why the plants look dead. Once we get into summer, or late spring, summer, we'll see more. Hi, buddy. We'll see more as we go, but we'll see them liven up, essentially. I don't do a lot of landscaping on this. Again, I'm still new. I'm still learning how everything goes. I'm still learning the cheats for build mode. Oh my goodness. I want to get into using some of the debug stuff because it is free, but at the same time, it's like I just have to get used to landscaping because I'm not used to it yet. So yeah, just that's really all it is that's happening now. Just the last of it is just landscaping. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Again, I apologize for the length of this video. It is much longer than I'd originally anticipated. I even thought about taking out the build part and putting it into a separate video, but my boyfriend was just like, you know what? There are other people who do much longer videos. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Oh yeah, I was doing the roof. Woo. Sorry. The pupper's moving. He was laying under me. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And don't forget about the little notification bell so that way you get notified every time I post a brand new video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Sunset fading, leaves are changing. Ooh, yeah. Summer's gone, but we're still dancing. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Sweater weather, chill together. Pumpkin spice on every corner. Ooh, yeah. Bonfire nights, starry lights. Hey, hey. Crunching leaves, moon so bright. Come on. Cozy blankets,